Hey, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be learning about the Roblox ERLC Discord API. We're going to figure out how to fetch that and actually use it. Today we're going to be learning just about the server status in this video. We're going to be creating an embed, sending all that information to a Discord channel, and from there we'll be able to get all of our information from that server. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go to Discord Developer Portal. Once we have done that, we're going to want to create a new application. We're going to add a name to this, naming mine ERLC connection. Once we have done that, we're going to make sure we abide by the terms, create that, and go to the bot tab. We're going to disable public bot. I don't want people to invite mine, and then activate these three intents there. We're going to need those. Those are very necessary. Then we're going to go to OAuth 2, select bot, scroll down to administrator, copy this URL, and paste it into our browser. Once we've done that, we'll select a server. I'm doing plugin self for mine. Continue. Authorize with administrator. Verify you're human. And you're good to go. Alright, and you can see our bot is now in our server. It's obviously offline. We have to set it up. So we're going to do that right now. So we're going to open up a command prompt. Go into the directory that we want. We're going to make directory, mkdir. And we're going to name this ERLC connection. Once we've done that, we want to go into our directory that we just created. And then we're going to npm init. We're going to initiate this so that we can actually code for our bot. Alright, so I'm going to name mine main.js for the entry point, which is basically the main file that we'll be coding in. Once we've done that, we'll go to code space dot to get into our code. We're going to create a couple of files here. First thing is going to be main.js. This is where all of our main code is going to be stored. Next thing we're going to create is config.json. We're going to need this to store our token and our API key. We're going to go ahead and drag this up, and we're going to npm I discord.js. We're going to install discord.js. That way we can actually use our bot. Alright, we're going to go into our main.js file. So the first thing we're going to do is create our discord.js requirement. So const, we're just going to do curly brackets for now, equals require discord.js. And now we'll go into our curly brackets, and the first thing we're going to do is make a client. So once we've done that, we'll const client equals new client. And now we're just going to add this client.login. This is going to be used later. Alright, we'll go back to our bot, press reset token. We're going to copy it. And we're going to go into our config.json file, open up some curly brackets, and type token. And we're going to paste in our string. Now we're going back into the main.js file, and we're going to create a constant called config. We're going to require our config file, that way we can access our token. Once you've done that, we'll go into the client.login and config.token. Alright, so we'll go ahead and head to our API docs for the ERLC. This is a base URL. This is necessary for us to actually fetch from that URL. So we're going to create a constant URL equals, we're just going to paste in this string. Alright, so you can see a couple things here. So we're just going to do fetch server status. So the server page is what is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and copy all this. Alright, once we copy this, we want to go ahead and create our client.once, and we're going to do the ready function. So basically when the bot is online, as soon as it comes online, this will run. And we want this to log our server status. Go ahead and paste this in. Forgot to add async, we'll go ahead and do that now. Alright, and before this /server, you want to add URL and plus. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to need to actually create a Discord embed. So we'll go up here and we'll do embed builder. Now we can create a new embed. So we'll do const embed equals new embed builder. All right, we have built our embed, and now we're going to actually add on to it. So we're going to set a description. We're going to name this server status. Okay, we're going to add a couple of fields here. So we'll do embed.addFields. First thing we're going to do is add our name, which you can see in our API documents over here that the very first thing is name. So this is going to return a string. So we'll go ahead and just name this name. And then we'll have our value. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this data constant that we created, and inside that bracket we'll do name. So it has to be exactly the same, otherwise you won't be able to actually pull that right data. So we'll go ahead and create a couple of these. And we'll go back to our API docs for some references. So I'll go ahead and make all this really quickly, and I'll come back as soon as I've completed that. All right, once we've completed it, we'll go ahead and do our set timestamp. We just want to make sure we have a timestamp for that. It's not necessary, but I like to do that. And then we'll go ahead and send the message to our channel. So we client.guilds.cache.get, and we'll copy our server ID. We'll paste that in, .channels.cache.get, and we'll go ahead and do the same thing, but for the channel. So we'll go ahead and copy our channel ID. Paste that in. We're going to send, so .send, and embed. It'll be embeds colon in our brackets here embed. So the embed is what we created earlier, the constant. All right, so let's go ahead and drag this up. And what we forgot to add, we need to add our server key here. So this is actually going to be our API key. So it'll be server-key. Go ahead and go in our config.json file and create a new key called API-key. And we'll go ahead and go into our ERLC private server. Make sure you have the API pack. It's about 600 Robux, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and join your server. Once we're in, we'll go ahead and press on the server info, edit server settings. Scroll all the way down to our API key. It says ERLC API, API key, press edit. And we're going to Control A, Control C, go back into our file, paste in that string, go back into our main.js file. And we're going to create a new constant called API. And we're going to do config.api key. And now we're going to just put API. Now we're able to access our API key. So we'll do a dot to run the code. There seems to be an error. We have to actually make our intents for the client. So to do that, we'll just go after embed builder. We'll need our gateway intent bits. We need to actually add our intents. So we'll open it up with curly brackets, enter, type intents, colon. We'll open up our brackets. Inside of that, we'll do gateway intent bits, dot. So we'll need a couple things here. First thing is going to be guilds. Next thing we'll need is guild messages. The next thing we'll need is message content. And the final thing that we're going to need is guild members. Once we've done that, we'll run this. So it returns an error. So basically what I have done is I've just added .toString to everything. Even though join key is a string, I still went ahead and added it. It's actually not necessary at all. I just added it just to make sure it worked. All right, we'll run this code, go into our Discord server, and there it is, all the data there. Thank you for watching this video today. I'm going to be posting a couple of videos on how to use the rest of the API here. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. And if you have any recommendations for anything I should do, please let me know also in the comments. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.